Time now for our 2020 roundup. First up, it is the attack against Kamala Harris that had everyone talking in the last debate.
Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. She put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations.
And now we're learning that Harris's support among black Democrats is plummeting after that face-off. A new poll shows that the candidate has dropped to just 1% among the crucial voting bloc for the party, behind Biden, Sanders, and Warren. Donna, can she recover from this if she does a decent job preparing for the next debate?
Well, you know, first of all, she was a prosecutor in the largest state in the country. She did put a lot of people behind bars, people who committed crimes. That's the role of a prosecutor. And at a time when the country was focused on police brutality and what happened with Michael Ferguson and Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri, some people felt that she didn't do enough. Well, I do believe that she has a great record to tell on crime, a great record to talk in terms of the criminal justice reform. But unfortunately, in a debate where you get less than a minute or 30 seconds to respond, you can't really defend yourself.
Dana, she also criminally prosecuted 25 parents for truancy.
I know people like, but you know what? Actually, I interviewed her like 10 years ago in 2009, I believe it was, and she had a really good point about the fact that kids have got to be in school, and they had a huge problem. And if you can't get kids to school, they're not going to be educated, and they're not going to have a good future. I think one of the ways she's trying to recover is she's going up with her first TV ad in Iowa. That's going to happen. I don't know if it'll have an impact, but I think she's trying to figure out another way to communicate without having to rely on the 15-second reply that CNN gave in the debate.
But, Greg, this doesn't fly in the Democratic Party as we know it, being, well, she's called a cop. Right?
I don't know if Tulsi's attack actually matters to a lot of people. You know what I like about her? She reminds me of me at a restaurant listening to the specials. You know, when there's a really long list of specials that are, she just looks annoyed. She's like this the whole time. I kind of like that. I like the way she looks when she's like. She looks like she's kind of like she's just had it.
It's like, I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, and she gets that look in her eye, like, are you serious? I think she's gonna do better.
Hand on her hip, Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when they read the specials like that. And, like, they know you're not going to order from the specials.
Exactly.
And they have to do it. And like, everyone's bored, and they just have to and put it out there.
They should just text us the specials.
I mean, come on. The specials usually aren't that good anyway.
No, they're never.
And, like, half the thing you have to read to see what's in it, and then, like, you're drunk, so you can't even hear half the stuff.
20 things, and you're like, wait, can you go back to the third one?
Yeah, what was that again with the chicken and the prosciutto?
I get annoyed if my dinner guest does
that.
Do you know what just happened with you?
What?
Your mind wandered when we were talking because you're hungry.
I'm starving.
Yeah, see?
I think she's a one-hit wonder, potentially. She one hit to Joe, and she skyrocketed, and now maybe she flattened out.
She's going to take your one hitter.
Okay.
What's that?
Speaking of people,
I missed the whole thing.
Of course she did.
I think she just had a bad night. She'll come back.
Yeah, she could come back.
Well, moving on to Bernie Sanders, who's been around a long time, venting his frustrations about the Democratic debates process so far, saying it's, quote, demeaning. Take a listen to him on Joe Rogan.
You shouldn't even call them a debate. What they are is a, reality TV show in which you have to come up with a soundbite and all that stuff. And it's the meaning. It's the meaning to the candidates, and it's the meaning to the American people.
I can explain his health care plan in 45 seconds. They're taking your insurance away and doing away with Medicare. They're going to double your taxes, and Bernie Sanders decides what kind of health care you get.
What's interesting is he's saying it's flawed, but it's not unfair because the crappiness is applied equally to all the candidates, which is essentially socialism. This debate is crappiness applied equally. It's equality of outcome, not opportunity. He should embrace it.
I like Bernie's podcast voice.
Yes. Yes.
I've never heard that before. Usually just hear him yelling and screaming.
It's soothing.
Yes, it drew me in.
I would say that he's complaining about something that he actually was able to help achieve. So because the DNC was like, okay, well, we'll allow more people to be on the debate stage then so that Bernie Sanders can have his complaints from the last time around taken care of. That's one of the reasons they did that. What is CNN supposed to do, have a 10-hour debate? They're not able to do that.
He complains a lot, Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, but he's got a point here.
Don.
I shouldn't talk about CNN and debate. I got in trouble for that? No way.
All right.
Oh.
Oh, Lord have mercy. And finally, cancel your plans for tonight because we have must-see TV. New York City Mayor and presidential hopeful Bill de Blasio is sitting down with Sean Hannity tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. Tee this up, Dana.
I try to be nice to everybody. I want to be nice to de Blasio. I think Sean Hannity is going to have a great interview. He's a good interviewer, and he'll get a fair shot on Sean Hannity's show. I am definitely going to watch this, but if he tries to come at Sean Hannity initially and just try to tackle Sean Hannity, he better look out.
All right, I can speak about this. I want to be the moderator. I think I am the best moderator. I'm fair, and I know
You're
them both.
so fair.
I know both of them. I can't wait. I'm going to see this.
De Blasio is the poster lurch for how socialism fails the people most in need. I can't wait for him.
Well, he has nothing to lose now because he's polling at 1%. That's the only reason he's doing this. He ducked Sean for the entire time he was running New York into the ground. And now when he has to get onto the debate stage in September, he needs that little extra bit of bounce.
I predict he's going to get a large bump, and this will allow him to qualify for the next
the Hannity bump.
Not among our viewers. I'll tell you this, it must be really hard for him to do this because this means he has to come into New York City. And you know how terrible that is. He has to,
And with the traffic.
and with the traffic and the homelessness.
Terrible.
He might get lost.
He's going to have a hard time.
If he took the subway, he might not have gotten here.
I can't stand this guy, but I give him his props for coming and doing this, even though he is the worst mayor in the history of mayors.
We'll be watching.
Thank you.
I'll be watching.